Dear students, today I am going to start definite integrals. The previous classes we discussed about the integrals which are known as indefinite integrals, indefinite integration. In the definite integral has a unique value. A definite integral is denoted by integral a to b f of x dx, which is integral f of x dx is, let us say, capital F of x, and the limits are a to b. That can be written as f of b minus f of a. This is the definition of the definite integral. Using this process, using the definite integrals, we can find the areas of closed regions and volumes of solids of evolution, center of gravity, center of pressure, and moment of inertia, etc. So by using the applications of integration, applications of the definite integrals, we can determine the areas, lengths of arcs, volumes of solids of revolution, uh, center of gravity and center of measure, pressure and moment of inertia, etc. So in the definition of the integral, definite integral, we can see a and b, integral a to b f of x dx. Here a is called as the lower limit and b is called as the upper limit. To integrate any definite integral, we have to integral the function as usual, then apply the upper limit in the variable x, minus of, then apply the lower limit in the result of the integration. In the evaluation of integral a to b f of x dx, the constant of integration need not be written since it gets cancelled in the subtraction. So C is not necessary to put in the definite integrals. The definite integral, integral a to b f of x dx, defines the area bounded by the curve y is equal to f of x, the ordinates x is equal to a and x is equal to b, and the x-axis, that is integral a to b f of x dx is equal to f of x from a to b, that is equal to f of b minus f of a, which is the definition of the definite integral, is also known as fundamental theorem of integral calculus. So this is the definition of the definite integral. Integral a to b f of x dx is equal to f of x, capital F of x from a to b, that is equal to f of, put the upper limit b, x is equal to b f of b minus of the lower limit a f of a. So this is the definition of the definite integral. Now we will see some problems on these definite integrals. Number 1. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 x square plus 1 dx. To evaluate any definite integral, we should integrate the function as usual. That is, integral x square dx is x cube by 3 plus integral 1 dx is x from 0 to 1. At first put x is equal to 1, that is the upper limit, in the resultant, that is x cube by 3, that is 1 by 3 plus 1 minus of, then put the lower limit in the given in the resultant. So x is equal to 0, 0 plus 0, that becomes 1 by 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4 by 3. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to 2 x minus 1 into x plus 2 dx. So to integrate this integrand x minus 1 into x plus 2, at first expand the product. So that then we will get x square minus x plus 2x minus 2, that becomes x square plus x minus 2 dx. Integral 0 to 2 x square plus x minus 2 dx. At first we have to integrate the integrand. that is integral x square dx is x cube by 3 plus integral x dx is x square by 2 minus integral 2 dx is 2x from 0 to 2. Then substitute the upper limit at first in these three terms, then it becomes x is equal to, that is 2 cube by 3 plus 2 square by 2 minus 2 into 2. So this is the upper limit substitution minus of, now put x is equal to 0 in the lower limit substitution, that is in each term we have x, so that becomes 0. So this is 8 by 3 plus 4 by 2 means 2 minus 4, that is equal to 8 by 3 minus 2, that is equal to 2 by 3. Next, evaluate integral 0 to 2 root x plus 1 by root x whole square dx. So at first we have to expand a plus b whole square from here. Integral 0 to 2 x square plus b square plus 2ab, that is x plus 1 by x plus 2 dx. That is, now integrate the term, each term individually, then it becomes integral x dx x square by 2 plus integral 1 by x dx, that is log x, plus integral 2 dx, that is 2x from 0 to 2. Now substitute x is equal to, that is the upper limit, that becomes 2 square by 2 means 4 by 2 plus log 2 plus 4 minus of, put x is equal to 0, that becomes, first term becomes 0, then the plus log 0 plus 0. What is the value of log 0? That is 1. So 4 by 2 means 2 plus log 2 plus 4 minus 1. That becomes 4 minus 1 3 plus 2 5, log 2 plus 5. This is the solution. To the next problem, integral minus 1 to 1 by x plus 2 dx. We know that integral 1 by x dx is log x. So here we have integral 1 by x plus 2 dx. So that is log of x plus 2 from minus 1 to 1. Then apply the upper limit at first, that is log of 1 plus 2 minus of log of, this time put the lower limit, that is x is equal to minus 1, log of minus 1 plus 2, that is log of 1 plus 2 means log 3 minus log of minus 1 plus 2 means log 1. So what is the value of log 1? Log 1 is equal to 0, log 0 is equal to 1 and log 1 is equal to 0. So log 3 minus 0, that is equal to log 3. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to pi sine 3x dx. So we know that integral sine x dx is minus cos x and integral sine ax dx is minus 1 by a into cos ax. So integral sine 3x dx can be written as minus 1 by 3 into cos 3x from 0 to pi. Now put the upper limit here, upper limit is pi and the lower limit is 0. At first substitute x is equal to pi, then that becomes cos 3 pi minus, now substitute the lower limit, that is 0, cos of 3 into 0 cos 0. Now simplify the statement, then that is equal to minus 1 by 3 into, we have cos 3 pi, we have the value as cos n pi is equal to minus 1 whole to the power of n. If n is even, then the cos n pi is equal to plus 1. If cos n is odd, cos n pi is equal to minus 1. Here cos 3 pi means 3 is the odd number, then we will get minus 1 minus cos 0 value is 1. Cos 0 is 1. So this becomes minus 1 by 3 into minus 2, that is equal to plus 2 by 3. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to pi by 4 tan x dx. So we know that integral tan x dx can be determined by the formula integral f dash x by f of x dx. From that we will get the value, the integral value is log secant x. So integral tan x dx is equal to log secant x, that is from 0 to pi by 4. Now substitute the upper limit, x is equal to pi by 4, that becomes log secant pi by 4 minus, now put x is equal to 0 here, that is log secant 0. Now log secant 45 degrees. Secant 45 degrees is root 2. So log root 2 minus secant 0. Secant 0 degrees is 1. So minus log 1. The value of log 1 is equal to 0 here. So that is equal to log root 2 is the solution. Next problem. Integral 0 to 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx. So in the standard formula we have integral 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx is equal to sine inverse x. So directly we can substitute the formula and we can apply the limits. So this value integral 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx is sine inverse x from 0 to 1. Now substitute the upper limit at first, sine inverse of 1 minus of, then put the lower limit, that is sine inverse of 0. We know that sine inverse 1 is pi by 2 and sine inverse 0 is 0, that is equal to pi by 2 is the solution. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 sine square x dx. So in the standard formula we have integral sin x dx, integral cos x dx like that, but we don't have formula for integral sin square x dx or cos square x dx and so on. So if we have sin square x and cos square x, we can write it in the terms of cos 2x. So sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x by 2 and cos square x is equal to 1 plus cos 2x by 2. Here in the problem we have given integral 0 to pi by 2 sin square x dx. That is integral 0 to pi by 2 sin square x can be written as 1 minus cos 2x by 2 dx. Now at first integrate the function, that is by taking 1 by 2 as common here, the denominator by taking out of the integral, then we will get integral 0 to pi by 2 1 minus cos 2x dx half into next integral 1 dx is x minus integral cos 2x dx is 1 by 2 sin 2x from 0 to pi by 2. Now substitute the limits here. That is half into put x is equal to pi by 2, that is pi by 2 minus sine of 2 into pi by 2 by 2. This is the upper limit minus of, if we put x is equal to 0, 0 minus sine 0 is 0. So the lower limit becomes 0. Now by simplifying this we will get half into pi by 2 minus sine of 2 into pi by 2. 2 get cancelled here, sine pi. Sine pi value is 0. Sin n pi is equal to 0. Cos n pi is equal to minus 1 whole to the power of n and sin n pi is equal to 0. For n is equal to 1 or 2, 3, 4 and so on. That means sin pi is equal to 0. Sin 2 pi is equal to 0. Sin 3 pi is equal to 0. Sin 4 pi is equal to 0 and so on. So here sin pi is equal to 0. This term becomes 0. Half into pi by 2 minus 0. So the value is pi by 4. Next problem. Ninth problem. Integral 0 to pi by 4 tan square x dx. So we don't have direct formula for tan square x. We should convert it into secant square x terms. That can be written as integral 0 to pi by 4 secant square x minus 1 dx. Now integral secant square x dx is tan x minus integral 1 dx is x. So from 0 to pi by 4. Then what is the upper limit here? Pi by 4. Put x is equal to pi by 4 here. Tan pi by 4 minus pi by 4 minus of the lower limit, that is tan 0 is 0 minus 0, that is 0. So tan pi by 4 value is 1 here. 1 minus pi by 4. So this is the solution. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 square root of 1 plus sine 2x dx. So in the previous classes we did this integral, how to remove the square root. So in the square root, the given integrand can be written as 1 can be written as sine square x plus cos square x, plus this is in the sine 2x is in the form of sine 2a, which can be written as 2 sine a into cos a. So this becomes square root of sine square x plus cos square x plus 2 sine x into cos x dx. So this can be written as a plus b whole square form, that is sine x plus cos x whole square, then square root of sine x plus cos x whole square, then square root and whole square will be cancelled, then sine x plus cos x will be remained. Integral 0 to pi by 2 sine x plus cos x dx. First we have to integrate the function, then integral sine x dx is minus cos x plus integral cos x dx is sin x from 0 to pi by 2. So after the integration, substitute the limits. Now put the upper limit, that is pi by 2. Put x is equal to pi by 2 in these two terms. That is minus cos pi by 2 plus sin pi by 2. So these are the upper limit substitution, minus of, then put the lower limit in these two terms, that is my x is equal to 0 minus cos 0 plus sin 0. Now simplify this expression. It is minus cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 value is 0. 0 plus sin pi by 2. Sin 90 degrees is 1. Minus cos 0. Cos 0 is value is 1. Minus 1 plus sin 0 value is 0. This becomes 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. This is the solution. Coming to the next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 sine cube x dx. We know what is integral sine x dx and cos x dx. If it is sine square x dx, we should write in terms of cos 2x, because sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x by 2. Now in the integrand is sine cube x. There is no direct formula for integral sine cube x. So sine cube x terms in which formula? Sine 3a formula, sine 3x formula. So we have sine 3x is equal to 3 sine x minus 4 sine cube x. So sine 3a is equal to 3 sine a minus 4 sine cube a. We studied in the first semester. From this we can write what is sine cube a or sine cube x. Sin 3x is equal to 3 sin x minus 4 sin cube x. Then 4 sin cube x is equal to 3 sin x minus sin 3x, and sin cube x can be written as 1 by 4 into 3 sin x minus sin 3x. By substituting in the place of sin cube x, that is integral 0 to pi by 2 sin cube x dx is equal to 1 by 4 into integral 0 to pi by 2 3 sin x minus sin 3x dx. Now we can integrate these two terms. So integral 1 by 4 into integral 3 sin x dx. So integral sin x dx is minus cos x. So minus 3 cos x minus integral sin 3x dx. So integral sin ax dx is minus cos ax by a. So integral sin 3x dx is minus cos 3x by 3 from 0 to pi by 2. Now by simplifying this, what we will get? 1 by 4 into minus 3 cos x minus into minus plus cos 3x by 3 from 0 to pi by 2. 1 by 4 into minus 3 cos, put x is equal to pi by 2, minus 3 cos pi by 2 plus cos 3 pi by 2 by 3 minus of minus 3 cos 0 plus 1 by 3 cos 0. By putting x is equal to 0, that becomes minus 3 into cos 0 plus cos of 3x cos 0 by 3. So now 1 by 4 into minus 3 cos pi by 2 value is 0, minus 3 into 0 is 0, plus cos 3 pi by 2. Cos 3 pi by 2 is also 0 minus minus 3 into cos 0 value is 1. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3 plus 1 by 3 into cos 0 is cos 0 value is 1 minus 3 plus 1 by 3. So that is minus of minus 8 by 3, that is 1 by 4 into plus 8 by 3, that becomes 2 by 3 is the solution. Next, evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 sin 5x into cos 3x dx. So here the given integrand is a product of two trigonometric functions. This can be written as sum of two trigonometric terms by using transformations. This is not the product rule, and this is by using transformations we can write the product into some form. That is, this is in the form of sin A into cos B, which can be written as, we know that 2 sin A into cos B is equal to sin of sum plus sin of difference, sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. Similarly, sin A into cos B can be written as half of sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. That is, here sin 5x into cos 3x dx can be written as half into sin of A plus B means sin of 5x plus 3x, that is sin 8x, plus sin of A minus B, that is sin of 5x minus 3x, that is sin 2x dx. Now by integrating each term separately, we will get half into integral sin 8x dx is minus cos 8x by 8, because integral sin ax dx is minus cos ax by a, minus integral sin 2x dx is minus cos 2x by 2 from 0 to pi by 2. Now by substituting the limits here, minus half into the upper limit is x is equal to pi by 2, that becomes cos of 8 into pi by 2, that becomes cos 4 pi by 8, and here minus taken as common here, minus 1 by 2 into cos 8x by 8 plus cos 2x by 2, that is cos 4 pi by 8 plus, now by putting x is equal to pi by 2 here, this becomes cos x, that is equal to x into 2 into pi by 2, that is cos pi divided by 2, minus by putting x is equal to 0, this becomes cos 0 by 8 plus cos 0 by 2, minus half into cos 4 pi, cos n pi is equal to minus 1 whole to the power of n. If n is equal to even, that is equal to plus 1. If n is odd, that is equal to minus 1. So cos 4 pi value is 1 by 8, and cos pi value is minus 1 by 2, minus of cos 0 value is 1 by 8 plus cos 0 by 2 means 1 by 2 from 1 by 2. So by simplifying this, what we will get? 1 by 8 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 2. So that is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 8 cancel here. Minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 means that is minus 1. Minus 1 by 2 into minus 1, that is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is the solution. Yes, problem. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 e power root x by root x dx. So at first, to integrate this function e power root x by root x dx, we can see two functions here. In this, one is the f of x and other is its derivative. So here root x is there, by substituting t is equal to root x. What is the derivative of dt? dt is equal to 1 by 2 root x dx. 2 dt is equal to 1 by root x dx. By substituting these values in the given integral, that becomes integral 0 to 1 e power root x by root x dx, that is equal to, before substituting these variables, we have to change the limits also. If we put x is equal to 0 in t is equal to root x, t is equal to root 0, that is 0. If we put x is equal to 0, t is equal to root 0 means 0. If we put x is equal to 1, the upper limit, t is equal to root x, that is equal to t is equal to 1. Then while we want to change the variables, we also change the limits. Integral 0 to 1 e power root x by root x dx is equal to integral 0 to 1 e power root x can be written as e power t into 1 by root x dx can be written as 2 dt, that is 2 into integral e power t dt is e power t, that is 0 to 1, e power 1 minus e power 0, that is 2 into e minus 1. So this is the solution. Here we substituted the function t is equal to root x while converting x into t variable dt, and then simultaneously we should change the limits also. So these are 0 and 1 are the limits given to the variable x. So we are substituting some another variable t is equal to root x. Automatically these values will be changed. So we should find the new values, new limits for the new variable and substitute these new values. Coming to next problem. Integral 0 to pi by 3 cos x by 1 plus sin x dx. This integral also can be evaluated by the substitution method. Here we have in the denominator 1 plus sin x and the numerator cos x. So by putting sin x is equal to t, then what is the derivative of sin x? Cos x dx is equal to dt. So here if the limit x is equal to 0, then t is equal to sin 0 is 0. If x is equal to pi by 3, then t is equal to sin pi by 3, that is root 3 by 2. Now by substituting these new variables and the new limits, the given integral becomes integral 0 to pi by 3 cos x by 1 plus sin x dx, that is equal to integral 0 to root 3 by 2. Here the limits are 0 to root 3 by 2. Cos x dx can be written as dt, and 1 by 1 plus sin x is 1 by 1 plus t dt. So we have integral 1 by 1 plus x dx is log of 1 plus x, that is log of 1 plus t from 0 to root 3 by 2. Now by substituting the upper limit here, put t is equal to root 3 by 2, that is log of 1 plus root 3 by 2 minus, now substitute the lower limit, log t is equal to 0, that is log 1, that is equal to log of 1 plus root 3 by 2, the solution. Coming to the next problem. Problem. Integral 0 to 1 tan inverse x whole square by 1 plus x square dx. So to integrate this function, at first check whether it is in the form of f dash x by f of x or function and its derivative are present. So if we observe the given integrand, we can see these two functions tan inverse x whole square and 1 by 1 plus x square dx. So we can write it as tan inverse x whole square into 1 by 1 plus x square dx. We know that if we take tan inverse x as t, then its derivative is 1 by 1 plus x square. So the function and its derivative are present in the integrand. So by taking the function as t, put tan inverse x is equal to t, then what is its derivative? that is 1 by 1 plus x square dx is equal to dt. So before substituting these variables in the given integrand, so we have to convert the limits also. So here given values are 0 to 1 are for x. If x is equal to 0, then what is t? T is equal to tan inverse 0. Put x is equal to 0 in this. X is equal to 0, t is equal to tan inverse 0. Tan inverse 0 is equal to 0. So t is equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, t is equal to 0. Now if put x is equal to 1, 1 is the upper limit. X is equal to 1, then t is equal to tan inverse 1. So tan inverse 1 is equal to pi by 4. So t is equal to pi by 4. So now the new limits are 0 to pi by 4. So now the given integrand becomes integral 0 to pi by 4, and tan inverse x whole square can be written as t square because tan inverse x is equal to t. So this becomes t square into 1 by 1 plus x square dx can be written as dt. So integral t square dt. By using the formula integral x to the power of n dx is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1, we will get integral t square dt is equal to t cube by 3 from 0 to pi by 4. So after integrating the function, we can substitute the integrals. Now the upper limit is pi by 4. Put in the place of t, that is pi by 4 whole cube, 1 by 3 into pi by 4 whole cube minus, if we put t is equal to 0, this term becomes 0. So by applying the lower in limit, this becomes 0. 1 by 3 into pi by 4 whole cube, that is pi cube by 64. That is 1 by 3 into pi cube by 64, that is equal to pi cube by 192. So this is the result. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 1 by e power x plus e power minus x dx. So to evaluate this integral, this can be written as integral 0 to 1 1 by. So in the given integrand, we can see e power minus x. We can write it as e power minus x as 1 by e power x. That is e power x plus e power minus x is equal to 1 by e power x dx. Now by taking LCM here, 1 by e power x plus e power x into e power x plus 1 by e power x. So e power x is the LCM. Then that becomes e1 by e power 2x plus 1 by e power x. Then the denominator comes into the numerator. That becomes e power x by e power 2x plus 1 dx. So integral 0 to 1 e power x by e power 2x plus 1 dx. Now we have to integrate this function. To integrate this function, so what is the substitution here? In the numerator we have e power x, in the denominator e power 2x. So in the denominator e power 2x can be written as e power x whole square plus 1. So what will be the substitution here? If we put e power x is equal to t is equal to e power x, then what is dt by dx? That is equal to e power x. So dt is equal to e power x into dx. So after the substitution, then change the limits also. If x is equal to 0, the given lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 1. That is, these limits are for x. Now we changed the variable x into t. So we should find the new limits for t. if x is equal to 0, then what is t? If x is equal to 0, t is equal to e power x. Put x is equal to 0 in this term. That becomes e power 0. T is equal to e power 0, that is equal to 1. So if x is equal to 0, t is equal to 1. Now what is the upper limit? If x is equal to 1, t is equal to e power x, that is e. Now by the given integral becomes integral 0 to 1 e power x by e power x whole square plus 1 dx, that is equal to integral. Now the new limits are 1 to e, integral 1 to e 1 by 1 plus t square e power x by e power x whole square plus 1 e power x dx can be written as dt, and 1 by e power x whole square is t square plus 1. 1 by t square plus 1 can be written as 1 by 1 plus t square dt. We know that integral 1 by 1 plus x square dx is tan inverse x, that is equal to tan inverse t. Here the variable is t. Tan inverse t from 1 to e. Now by putting t is equal to e here, that becomes tan inverse e, upper limit is e and the lower limit is 1. Tan inverse e minus tan inverse 1. So that is the value of tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. That is tan inverse e minus pi by 4. This is the solution for the given integral. Next problem. Evaluate integral 1 to e log x dx. So what is the given integrand here? Integral log x dx. So we find integral log x dx by in the previous classes by using integration by parts, by taking log x as the first function u and dx 1 dx as dv. So we find the solution integral log x dx as x log x minus x. So we can write that formula directly, because we can use integral log x dx as x log x minus x from 1 to e. So what are the limits here? 1 to e. Upper limit is e and the lower limit is 1. By putting x is equal to e, that becomes e into log e minus e minus. So what is the lower limit here? X is equal to 1. That is 1 log 1 minus 1. By simplifying this, we will get e log e. E log e means log e to the base e. Here log e means if base is not there, that will be treated as small e. Log e to the base e is equal to 1, because log a to the base a is equal to 1. Log 10 to the base 10 is equal to 1. With the log a to the base a is equal to 1. So here log e to the base e is equal to 1. Log e value is 1. E into 1 is equal to e. E minus e minus log 1 value is 0. 0 minus 1. So here plus e minus e get cancelled, minus log 1 value is 0. Log 1 is equal to 0 and log 0 is equal to 1 and minus 1. So this is minus of minus 1 is plus 1. Thus we can substitute the limits. So integral log x dx is x log x minus x. We apply. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 x into cos x dx. So here we have given the product of two functions x into cos x. One is the algebraic function and the other is the trigonometric function. So by using the by parts rule, integration by parts rule, integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. So by from Eilert rule, the logarithmic the algebraic function x will be taken as u and the second function is dv is equal to cos x dx. So let u is equal to x, then find du. Du is equal to dx, or du by dx is equal to 1, that is du is equal to dx. Now dv, second function is dv is equal to cos x dx. From this v can be obtained by integrating this function cos x dx. V is equal to integral cos x dx is equal to sin x. Thus we got du value and v. Now by writing the integration by parts formula, integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. By substituting that, integral 0 to pi by 2 x cos x dx x cos x dx, that is x into v, u into v, x into sin x minus integral v du sin x dx from 0 to pi by 2. So this is x into sin x minus, so what is integral sin x dx? That is minus cos x from 0 to pi by 2. Now x into sin x minus into minus plus cos x from 0 to pi by 2. So after integrating the function, we have to substitute the limits. So what is the upper limit here and what is the lower limit? Upper limit is pi by 2 and lower limit is 0. So in these two terms, at first apply the upper limit, then minus of, then apply the lower limit. That is by putting x is equal to pi by 2 here, x is equal to pi by 2 into sin pi by 2 plus cos pi by 2 minus of x is equal to 0 becomes 0 plus cos 0. So pi by 2 into sin pi by 2 is 1. Pi by 2 plus cos pi by 2 is 0 minus cos 0 is 1. That is equal to pi by 2 minus 1. So if the given integrand is in the form of product of two functions, then we can apply the integration by parts rule, or if it is in the higher powers, then we can apply the Bernoulli's rule. So after the integration, we substituted the limits, given limits 0 to pi by 2. Thus we got pi by 2 minus 1 is the solution. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 x square into e power 2x dx. So by observing this integrand, so we will get the solution. To get the solution, we can remind the Bernoulli's rule. To apply the Bernoulli's rule, so what are the functions here? Algebraic function with square with power 2 and the exponential function are given. So we have the Bernoulli's rule, integral u v dx is equal to u into v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3 and so on. So as per Eilert rule, we have to choose which is the first function and which is the second function. What is u? U is equal to x square, algebraic function, and the exponential function e power 2x is the second function, v is equal to e power 2x. Then find the successive derivatives of u, that is u is equal to x square and du by dx is equal to 2x, that can be written as u dash, and the derivative of this u dash, that is d square u by dx square or u double dash is equal to d by dx of 2x, that is 2. Similarly, find the successive integrals of v. V is equal to e power 2x, v1 is equal to integral e power 2x dx, that is e power 2x by 2. v2 is equal to integral v1 dx, that is integral e power 2x by 2, that is e power 2x by 4. And v3 is equal to integral e power 2x by 4 dx, that becomes e power 2x by 8. Now, by using the Bernoulli's rule, we have Bernoulli's rule as integral uv dx is equal to u v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3. So we find the successive derivatives until the second derivative. The third derivative, if it comes to the third derivative, it becomes 0. That's why we took only up to second derivative. So by using the formula u into v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3. By substituting these values here, u into v1, u is equal to x square into e power 2x by 2 minus 2x into e power 2x by 4 plus 2 into e power 2x by 8 from 0 to 1. Now substitute the upper limit. By putting x is equal to 1, what we will get? 1 square into e power 2 by 2, that is e square by 2 minus 2 e square by 4 plus 2 e square by 8 minus of, by putting x is equal to 0, the first term becomes 0, 0 into something is 0. Second term becomes 0, 0 into something is 0. Plus the third term becomes 2 into e power 0 by 8. E power 0 is equal to 1. A power 0 is equal to 1. So 2 into 1 by 8. So here by simplifying this, what we will get? E square by 2 minus 2 e square by 4 means 2 2 ja 4 e square by 2 plus 2 e square by 8 means 2 by 4, that is 2 into 4, 2 1 ja 2 4 ja, so e square by 4 here, plus e square by 2 minus e square by 2 get cancelled, plus e square by 4 minus plus 2 by 8 means 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4, e square by 4 minus 1 by 4, that can be written as 1 by 4 into e square minus 1. So this is the solution for the given problem.